Hi, this was supposed to be a quick video on how to use the Mavic for ski and snowboard filming. Quick, it was supposed to be. It took a bit longer than that to work out what was what. So I spent a day scouting the best place to do the tests, and then on the allotted day I went up nice and early to get up there and take the Mavic out on the slopes. I'd scouted out an area that was at the top to the left of the piste map, if you look at the Valsony piste map, so it was away from all the pistes, away from any problems with the ski control area, if you like, but close enough to that so that I could get there easily enough. It was a bit of a trek to get there, 3 lifts, and the last one was quite a slow 2-man lift. I suppose that's probably why it was such a quiet area, but it took a while to get there. And then it wasn't all plain sailing using the Mavic. Okay, so I've stopped at the side of the piste. The idea is to try and fly the Mavic. I'm not sure how well that would go down with the guys who run the piste and the lifts. So the idea is this is off-piste. I'm hoping it's absolutely fine here. So yeah, let's kick up some snow. Possibly a bit windier than I would have liked for Mavic flying. So I'm still not sure I'm actually going to do this. Yeah, might try a bit further down the slope. Okay, a bit further down the slope and come off to the side. Got to be careful when you're slightly off the slope for tree wells and crevasses. We're very close to some safe piste here, so I'm not too worried, but I am being super cautious. Let's get this set up. Oh, gimbal's not happy. Shivering in the cold. That's my takeoff pad. This is the view. Not going to be taking any shots of that gimbal. Oh, come on, DJI 4. Let's have it. Okay, it's calibrating now. That feels a bit better. Still not quite right. Maybe that's a top tip if you ever come skiing and want to use a Mavic Pro. Calibrate everything before you get up the slope. It is cold. I'm hoping this is going to calibrate, and I'm just wasting time as it is. I'm going to miss this shot of the sun coming over the mountain, almost certainly. Did the classic IT trick of turning everything off and on again, and I pulled the battery on the Mavic and I put it back on, and it's come back okay, and the gimbal is not shivering with cold anymore. I feel like I probably should calibrate it again, but at the moment the problem I've got is that the compass is throwing an error because it's sitting on the snowboard, and the snowboard's got lots of metal bits in it and it's throwing it out. So the plan of launching it off the snowboard is not going to happen. So it's either a question of find a rock or trust that some of this snow and ice pack is solid enough to launch from. The other thing I wanted to use the snowboard for was when the Mavic does its return to home function, it does tend to use optical stuff, and snow all looks very similar, so I thought the snowboard would give it something to lock onto. I'm going to give it a go anyway, and we'll see what happens. I'm sure this might go wrong, but okay, not too bad. With focus at the moment. Okay. Try it. So what are the takeaways from this video? Well, if you go somewhere specifically to use your Mavic, do some tests before you get somewhere inaccessible and freezing. And I wish I'd got the Mavic out and done some test flights down in the village before getting up 3 lifts to get to where I wanted to test the Mavic. Schoolboy error. And number 2, check all your settings. I had gone out several times locally here in Nottingham, taken the Mavic down to the Trent River and practiced with active track, and I thought I had my head around it. What did I find? Well, the active track is okay. Altitude was an issue. A lot of research on the web seems to suggest that if you're going to make a ski film with active track, you've got to make short bursts. So set the Mavic up somewhere perhaps down slope a little bit, get it to track you, film some of the shots, then move the Mavic, try again, rather than just hope that it'll follow you down the hill. It won't. Active track likes to set its own exposure rate. When you film in snow conditions like this, you can see the snow is very white, so automatic settings often shut the iris right down on cameras, and therefore the subject, i.e. in this case me, the snowboarder, goes very dark. And of course, speaking of which, sun's coming out now and I'm going to be overexposed here. With a decent camera, what you do is you compensate for this by opening the iris or changing the AE shift, so the automatic exposure shift, and you shift it to say, no, go brighter than you think, camera. So I set all of this before filming, then active track, as soon as it was engaged, reset it all, up came the little notice, active track has gone to recommended settings. So I think possibly there's a way around this, but I couldn't find it when I was up in the cold, so I'll have a play with that now I'm back in the warm. Last thing, of course, really, you can't do this on your own. You need somebody else. You need a spotter who's going to do this, or you need to be filming somebody else doing the snowboarding, or the skiing, obviously. I discovered this probably the hard way. It's kind of obvious when you think about it, but snowboarding while holding the controller is possible, but it's probably not very safe for the Mavic or for the person who's skiing or snowboarding. And you can't put it away without isolating the control sticks. Look, here, I tried, didn't really think about the control sticks, thought I'll just pop this in my bag and carry on. Note the panic in my face as I do the bag up and see that the drone starts to descend and very, very quickly get the controller back out again. Yeah, it's a tricky one. I think it's hard to do self-operated. On the next time I took the Mavic out, so this isn't the only test I did, I tried using Wi-Fi only and just using the tablet. I'll do a little video about that once I get to that footage in my trawl through the masses of footage. When I skied onto the piste and went off down a piste, I assumed the Mavic would follow me. I went round the first bend, looked up, couldn't see it anywhere, so then had to flight back manually. So yeah, massive ramble, longer video than I intended. Hopefully someone out there will find this useful. Leave comments, do all that kind of stuff, and yeah, keep droning on.